public housing high-rise Sunday, one where police shot the suspect. Well, the suspect wasn't in the hospital for long, and today the 50-year-old faced a judge.
First Alert 6 reporter John Chapman tells us prosecutors revealed some troubling details of this incident.
State of Nebraska versus Billy Durall.
Billy Durall making his first court appearance, facing a long list of charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and weapons charges. Durall is accused of shooting 45-year-old Eric Bechtold to death.
Video from the apartment shows the defendant shooting the victim from a few feet away and then proceeded to stand over him and fired several more rounds at him, killing him.
When officers arrived at the Florence Tower, prosecutors allege Durall told police, "I see you and I'm ready for you." Gunfire was exchanged. Durall was struck in the hip. Omaha police officer Alex Atkinson also suffered an injury during the exchange.
When officers contacted the defendant, he fired a handgun at Officer Atkinson. Bullet fragments and shrapnel were later found in the right bicep sleeve of the officer. The fragments had pierced the skin of the officer.
Douglas County Attorney Don Klein tells First Alert 6 the community is grateful that Officer Atkinson didn't suffer a fatal wound.
We're alleging he pointed the gun at the officers after he committed the first murder and shot at the police officers with the intention of killing one of the officers.
Police arrested Durall and found 2 handguns and ammunition next to the defendant. He was taken to the hospital for treatment.
In the back of the medic, the defendant made statements. "What hurts is that I didn't kill enough people." Defendant also made additional statements. "I did it, and I killed them." Defendant was eventually transported to OPD Central headquarters, where he made statements that he wanted to kill more people, including families, kids, and cops.
Durall will be held without bond. In Omaha, I'm John Chapman, First Alert 6.
Just awful to hear those statements in court. Meantime, Durall has a preliminary hearing date set for the 28th of May. Brian.